Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to the motion to instruct and yield myself such time as I might consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
As we've already heard, the motion to instruct would require that the House to recede to the Senate amendment to House Resolution 3230. Solving the problem of timely access to health care and imposing the rule of accountability is absent at VA, and I think that is our first and most important obligation, because it's the source of many of the problems that exist within the department, many of the problems that were uncovered because of the oversight from both Republicans and Democrats on the House Committee on Veterans Affairs. And we're making good progress with our negotiations and our Senate colleagues, and now's not the time to try to tie the hands of the negotiators with what I believe is a partisan ploy. Moreover, yesterday, Senator Sanders indicated that he wanted to expand the scope of the conference committee's work far beyond what the Senate bill itself had encompassed by adding VA's request for an additional $17.6 billion into the mix. So today I say to my colleagues, I'm not even sure that the Senate could recede to the Senate amendment because they keep moving the goalpost. As I said yesterday on the last motion to instruct, the Inspector General and the GAO have both stated on multiple occasions during our hearings that they do not have confidence in VA's numbers. Moreover, at every VA budget hearing, the Secretary has been asked, do you have the dollars you need to take care of the veterans that you are tasked with taking care of? Invariably, we get the answer every single time, yes. So why should we believe that suddenly VA sees the need to add an additional $10 billion to hire 10,000 new clinical staff and $6 billion in new construction without having those numbers vetted? When our staff was briefed yesterday on this request for $17.6 billion, actually I don't even know if it's a request yet, but when the Secretary talked about it, they came to brief our staffs and they brought 3 sheets of paper to justify a $17.6 billion number. To the members on both sides of the aisle, I caution that despite the urgency of the current crisis, we have got to root out the cause that has been affecting timely access to care and accountability, not secondary issues, many of which we all support, including the Frye Scholarship Fund expansion. If we don't, those of us fortunate enough to be here years from now will be right back where we are, debating once again how things went wrong at the VA. I would point out again, as I did yesterday, there are dozens of bills sitting, languishing in the Senate, including the authorization of 27 clinics. The motion to instruct yesterday talked about receding to the Senate bill that had 26 clinics. The House bill was passed in December of last year. 27 clinics. If the Senate would just bring it up, pass it, send it to the President, we could immediately make a difference. I also talked about the expansion of the Frye Scholarship Program. That's something that we certainly should look at, but it will do nothing to increase the care and break the backlog, the lines that our veterans are waiting in now to get the health care that they've earned. So I would ask the Senate to pass the dozen bills that sit over there on their side, send them to the President today, and I would also point out that I am willing to discuss, and I think most members on our side, the Frye Scholarship issues, but we don't think that they are in the scope of the emergency that exists today. Part of the reason that I believe that, Section 701 of the Senate bill does not address timely access to care or the cultural corruption that exists within the department. The surviving spouse, as my colleague Mr. Barber has already said, who has a spouse that was killed on active duty, is already entitled to receive financial benefits that include 45 months of GI Bill type education benefits, $500,000 in death benefits, and $1,215 in monthly dependency and indemnity compensation benefits. So in short, I don't believe it's time for us to be talking about expanding the benefits without expressing them through regular order here on the House floor, especially in the face of what I now understand is the Senate's new effort to move the goal line in our conference committee work. So with that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserve.